Hello, today we're in Norwich at the 15th annual Pride.
I'm here with First Bus.
You're here with First Bus?
I'm not allowed to talk to press.
You're not allowed to talk?
Bus.
You're not allowed to
I'm
talk?
not press trained.
Right, you're not press trained?
No.
I'm not the press.
What are you? Who are you?
I'm just a man with a camera.
If you ask questions about Pride rather than First,
yes.
I'm happy to talk to you.
As an individual, do you know about the campaign for Pride School Week that is supposed to be something to do with today? If you go on the Norwich Pride website, it says part of their campaign is about Pride School Week. Do you know about that?
Where is this going?
YouTube.
No, I mean, where is this question? Where is this question going?
Where's the question going?
Yeah.
Do you know about it?
Is this positive media?
Well, yeah, it's unbiased media, as much as it can be.
Yeah, no, I don't think I want to talk about it. Thank you. Not today. When I'm in uniform. No.
So you don't. So when I ask you about children's and schools and Pride, you don't want to talk about it, but it's a main focal point of the campaign for today.
Oh, I'm here doing this for my employers.
For your employers, but you can't talk about your employers. You've been told not to. You're not press trained.
I'm not going to talk about what you've asked me to talk about. Is
anyone representing NHS today?
You need to ask a question.
Yeah, we've actually got comms people here.
You've got comms people here? What does that mean?
Like communications team.
Oh, right. People that are trained?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Give me a second, I'll grab it.
You're trained for it now?
Yes.
What's your name?
My name's Harrison.
Harrison,
Yeah.
I'm Jim.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What do you do, Harrison?
I'm a call handler in the non-emergency patient transport section of East.
For the NHS?
Yes, yeah.
Right. Okay. So, in what capacity are you here today, Harrison?
So today we're raising awareness of the ambulance service, trying to recruit people, show how inclusive we are as someone to work for, just really show people CPR, life-saving skills, and just get to know people, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is the NHS aligned with the campaign that is posted on the Norwich Pride website?
I'm not too sure.
Not too sure?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is, you might know more about it. It's something about Pride School Week. Do you know anything about this?
I don't know.
You don't? No. Alright. Smashing. That's basically it.
Sorry,
thank you very much. Have a nice day. My name's Jim.
Hi Jim, I'm Julie.
Nice to meet you, Julie. Are you a representative of Norfolk Constabulary today?
I am, yeah.
Right, so I've got two questions for Norfolk Constabulary.
Go on then.
So, is this a political event?
Depends who you talk to.
Right.
So, yes, some people would see Pride as a demonstration, as a riot, going right back to the origins. Stonewall. For Norfolk Police, we see this as an opportunity to engage not only with the LGBTQ+, IQ+,
2SL.
All of them. So we just call it LGBT+ for ease of understanding.
Yep.
But it's for us, it's an opportunity to get out there, not only show our support to the LGBTQ+ community, but also to everyone and allies. You know, I don't identify in that community, but I've got family members that are, but I'm an ally. So for me it's really important to be here, and you know, homophobia shouldn't be up to LGBT people to challenge. It's all our business, the same as trans rights. Trans rights are not up for trans people to fight for. It's all our business.
It's deeply entrenched in politics of today, though. Anyway, that's right.
So question one.
Question one.
Depends on who you talk to.
Right. So question two is on the website Norwich Pride. It actually says about their campaigning for Pride School Weeks.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm just trying to understand what Norfolk Constabulary's position is on Pride School Weeks as they're here in support of this.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, you need to start when kids are really young. You need them to understand that it's okay to have two mums, two dads, trans parents or whatever. So At
what age?
When they're old enough to understand. Once they start asking the questions,
right,
age appropriate, you start talking to them.
So would it make more sense that because children don't all grow up at the same speed.
No.
So would it make more sense, rather than blanketly just saying all of them need to learn at such and such an age, in each instance, when it is appropriate time in the child's life, I would argue that's when we should educate on it?
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a difficult one to answer. I think children, as young as they start to ask questions, they will ask questions now, because kids nowadays are far more advanced at a younger age than I was. You look at my generation, we wouldn't have been even having these conversations until we was well into adulthood.
Does that make it right though? Just because the children are more sexually advanced than the rest of it, does that make it a right
I don't
thing?
think it's about being sexually advanced.
Well,
I think it's about understanding that not everyone's the same as you, and that's what I'm
That was
saying.
my argument, yeah.
You should teach people that if you identify as a white family with a mum and a dad and all the rest of it, recognising that not everyone will be like that, and it's okay for them to be like that.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to go into who sleeps with who and all that sort of stuff.
But when we're trying to educate children, like there's 72 genders, pansexual, and all this sort of stuff.
I mean, you've got to be realistic, ain't you? You ain't going to be telling that to primary school, are you? What you're going to be saying to primary school is...
I don't know what the plans are.
I don't work in schools.
Yeah. Unitarians. Look at that, film that. You know what that is, film it. Bruv, as if they've just sent the drug dogs next to us. What is the virtue all about when ultimately they are striving for a campaign that means Pride Week in schools? Now this is what your city council, parish council, town council, this is what they're all virtue signalling towards. What does that mean? Why do we need a week of it in schools, and what age schools?
With Norfolk Fire and Rescue Service, yes.
And you're standing in solidarity with Pride today?
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
Yeah, absolutely.
On the website, there's a campaign that says about school Pride Weeks. Just trying to understand what everyone's take on that is, really. What does it mean for a start and all that sort of stuff?
What, around school prides?
It's just,
Or just
there's
Pride generally?
There's a campaign on the Norwich Pride website.
Okay.
And it says about they are campaigning for school Pride Week. And obviously if you're not here I thought you'd know about the campaign that they're running. So
I'm aware that certainly we're with Norfolk County Council, and we obviously work with Norwich as well on various projects. We do lots of education. I know they're very keen in lots of counties, aren't they, to do a lot of education around Pride in schools. I suppose it's down to the local authority, isn't it, to decide what's best for our children, for the students in the school.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to understand if the fire and rescue are aligned politically with the sentiment of the campaign.
Sorry, I can't really comment politically.
No?
No.
But you are personally though, else you wouldn't be here, wouldn't you?
Well, as Norfolk Fire and Rescue, we obviously support all our communities, and as an organisation we're obviously very inclusive. We welcome inclusivity, diversity. We have a very large workforce made up of exactly that, Norfolk communities. All of our staff here are on call, are local to their community. They have to live 5 minutes within their local station, for example, and we're really keen. Well, we're talking to a female today. So
tomorrow it might be something different.
I could identify as something else tomorrow, and absolutely I know that my organisation, Norfolk County Council, would absolutely stand by and support that and make that as easy as possible for me and allow me to be me, which is ultimately what we all want to achieve, isn't it? We all want to be ourselves, and whatever that is, and that might be something different tomorrow, and that's okay. And I think that's what Pride's about, isn't it? Pride is ultimately about being yourself, it being okay, it being accepted, you being accepted and being part of something, and who doesn't want to be part of something?
I think
Norfolk Fire and Rescue absolutely is about being part of something.
Right.
So if you're in this uniform, if you're part of this organisation, you are a part of something which is really important.
It's just really contentious, and people start to get really apprehensive and concerned when people start talking about schools.
Well, I think that's because we label things, and I think change. No, it's more about
the label
change,
in of itself, though. If we unpack it for a moment, LGBTQ+, in them are sexualities. So when you're talking about educating children and sexualities, it does get a bit of a...
Well, of course, because it's a very emotive and contentious issue, isn't it? Because ultimately it is about, well, we all are concerned about what our children learn and what they're introduced to, and what forms part of their childhood and what they learn as they grow up, and that can make them the people that they are going to be, or who they are now, or who they're going to be in the future.
Which is the issue with...
And that's really crucial, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the issue with at what age do we show the children this stuff, you know?
Hard for me to say.
I know, I understand that, but I think rather than saying it's down to someone else. I think these are things that, I know people need time to think about it, I understand that, but unless there's someone out there in the first place getting people to think about it, no one's going to give it time to think about it.
That one, yeah, go for it. You can choose. There's all different ones. Look at them. Have a sticker.
Go on then, fuck it. Thank you. Can I get one too?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Can I ask you what you're doing here today?
Just to promote the prison service. Just to.
In what respect?
That we're out there and we're inclusive as well as everybody else. Absolutely.
No.
That Jules!
So you a prison officer then?
I am a prison officer, yeah.
Are you part of the community?
Yes.
And you've had no problems working in the prison or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
And it's all lovely and inclusive?
Yes.
Yes. Is the prison service aligned with Pride Norwich's campaign of Pride School Weeks, do you know?
About what? Sorry?
Pride School Week.
School Week?
Yeah, if you go on Norwich Pride,
yeah,
like what this event is, if you go on their website, you can see that they're campaigning for Pride School Weeks, and I just, because you're here and it says that on their website, I'm just trying to understand if you're behind that as well.
I don't know what that is, in all honesty. Would you know? No.
That's mental, isn't it? All right, well, thank you very much.
Sorry about
that. No, that's no bother. You have a lovely day. Do the Sea Cadets stand in solidarity with Pride Norwich's campaign for Pride School Weeks?
We do.
You do?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you know, because you're the first person I've managed to speak to that actually knows anything about them, so do you know what it is, what they're about?
Sort of, but I've not really got into detail of it.
Could you give us a little bit what you do know? This is why I'm here, because this is what I'm trying to understand. What is Pride School Week? What
is
does it mean?
Taking pride into schools and...
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
So Pride School Week, we're a unit of home educators and also people outside of school, so sometimes we do go in schools, we promote pride and we promote inclusivity and equal opportunities for everyone. So as their commanding officer, no one is left out, no one feels left out, we're all one big family.
Right, and is that primary age or secondary age schools?
We normally do secondary. We want to go into primary school. But we'll go into secondary schools.
But the aim is to eventually get in primary schools?
Yeah, aim is to get into everyone.
And can I just ask one last question?
Of course you can.
At what age do you think it's appropriate to educate children about LGBTQ plus issues?
What age is not appropriate?
Well,
any age.
Any age?
Yeah, it doesn't matter who they are, any age to promote it.
But fundamentally, when I say that, I'm talking about things like gender identity and the fact that there's many different genders.
So at the unit, I've got a 13-year-old that is transitioning from female to male.
Right.
And she's been transitioning for the past 3 years.
Right.
So, yeah. Any age. I would say from about 8, 9.
8, 9?
Yeah.
Didn't know.
There's downies here and everything.
I know, brother. It's fucking out.
What's going on?
Did you film that? So what does it mean to be a pup?
It's about freedom of expression, freedom of animalistic regression.
Animalistic regression, interesting.
Not so much animal, it's just a case of going bound through the adult stage into a more basic stage where you can get rid of anxiety, stress, you can control PTSD.
That is so interesting. I had no idea what it was all about.
People just see the DNA.
I assume you're into some BDSM type of stuff.
Yeah. But it comes from that.
It comes from there.
Yeah.
Oh no, okay.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Not too bad, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks for asking. So I was trying to get the inspector's take, but she's offloaded it onto you.
Great, thank you.
Right, so I mean, I don't know if you've done that in good faith. Have you? You have?
Yeah.
Right, you're trained to answer this question, apparently. So, Norwich Pride,
yeah.
on the website, it says there's a campaign to get Pride School Weeks.
Pride School Weeks?
Yes,
yep.
That's their political campaign. I'm trying to understand if Norfolk Constabulary are aligned with the campaign And then the follow-up question is it right, is it impartial to be supporting political campaigns? Like,
Well, okay, so what we're doing here is obviously supporting our officers and staff to be themselves here at work and be open about who they are. So it's really, really important. And also it's community engagement, being here and showing the LGBT community that we are in solidarity with them, because there are LGBT staff and police officers within Norfolk and Sudbury, and building trust, building bridges.
I don't understand what you mean by that, because that seems very exclusionary. It seems like you're outcasting a lot of people, and you're not it's not even the way that sort of bridges are trying to be built, is what I'm saying. So
who do you think I'm trying to exclude? I don't understand the question.
Heteronormative people.
Okay.
Cis people.
Yeah.
Right? So basically, it's my understanding, like I was trying to say before, that this is a political event. There is a campaign, active political campaign, yeah, for them to get Pride in schools for a week. I'm trying to understand, seeing as you're here, yeah, you're obviously in solidarity and support of Pride Norwich. Is that all-encompassing Pride? Or
Pride are their separate entity. We support Pride, we support Norwich Pride, and we support our
you support their campaign?
Well, I support our LGBT officers and staff and LGBT people to be themselves.
Fundamentally, do you support the campaign that's on Pride Norwich's website? Are you in support of that?
I'm not familiar with what's on their website, but I support Norwich Pride and
so it's all-encompassing
and
support.
I support Norwich Pride and LGBT people.
Right, so it's all-encompassing support. You're not going to do any due diligence on what you're doing. You're just going to come and show support.
I show support because I'm a member of the LGBT community and I'm proud of who I am.
Right.
And I'm proud to be a police officer. And I'm proud.
But as a police officer and as a member of the public, I don't require you to tell me what sexuality you are. I find it crass. The fact that you feel that so gleeful and full of pride that you want to tell everyone what you do in a bedroom. I find that disgusting.
I'm not here telling people what I do in the bedroom.
You literally just did.
I'm proud of who I am.
Right.
I'm proud of who I am.
Right.
I'm proud to be open about who I am because for many years I've not been allowed to be.
Right.
And I'm proud of that.
What? Because it was against the law, or why?
It was against the law in many countries. That it still is.
What? When you was a child, it was against the law?
When I was a child, there were things in school that meant I couldn't be open about who I was at school.
Things in school?
Yeah, there was Section 28, and that meant I couldn't be open about my sexuality in school, and I was threatened with being excluded.
Has that traumatised you, do you think?
That was very difficult for me, yeah, because where could I be safe to be me?
Yeah, right. So what do you mean safe, though? So this is the thing, like, was you at any real harm because of a Section 28? In what respect?
Because it was telling the world that I wasn't safe. It was telling the world, me, that I was a bad person because of who I am. And fundamentally, it's just who I am. It's
so
not
what does
about,
Section 28 say? Sorry.
It's not something I'm...
So, Section 28, what act? I'll look it up.
Section 28 was a law
what act?
many years ago.
What act?
That prevented schools from supporting people. I don't know, do you know?
Well, you're the one telling me about it.
Okay.
You've been traumatised by this section. I'd surely, if you've been traumatised by it,
it was very difficult
for me.
so
what act was it from the Section 28?
Why does that matter?
She was a child. How would she know what
She was a child. So what does that? What are you saying for child? So what are you saying about a child's capacity to? So what are you saying about a child's capacity to distinguish from body integrity identity disorder? Hang on, no, I'm asking you a question. Yeah, exactly. Right. Because she's been traumatised as a child in secondary school. Yeah, that was the issue.
I knew from a very young age. That I was different. I didn't understand what.
So did I. I was autistic till I was 25. I was diagnosed.
Okay. Yeah, and that's it shouldn't have taken so long, should it, to be diagnosed?
So we're blaming the government now.
For
what? What are you blaming the government for now?
I haven't said the government.
It shouldn't have taken so long. So who should have diagnosed me then? Quicker. If that's your implications by what you're saying. This is the thing you're saying. You aren't saying it, but you're implying stuff.
Well, I'm saying that shouldn't you have been diagnosed sooner? Or would it have been helpful to you?
How do you measure that? How do you gauge that?
Okay.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry at all.
But you're saying, shouldn't you have been diagnosed earlier? You are angry.
She's not saying angry, you're the one that's got the angry.
No. I'm being animated, like I've already told you, I'm autistic, right? So what I'm saying is, do you not see what I'm saying a little bit? Because you're straight away. I'm trying. So straight away, you're saying, shouldn't you have been diagnosed earlier? Like, who are you holding responsible for that?
She's asking if it would have helped you, if you think it would have helped
helped you, if you think it would have helped you to have been diagnosed earlier.
That's not how it was poised, and you're explaining what she said now.
Because you're not understanding what she's saying. She's asking
But if she could like say it, it would be better than you saying it, wouldn't it? If I'm struggling to understand,
that's why I'm listening and rephrasing what she said so that you can understand.
Right. So try again, then, please. Sorry.
She's asking if you think it would have been helpful for you to be diagnosed earlier.
So that wasn't the way it come across. Right. I'll beg your pardon.
Sorry if it came across incorrect.
No, you're right. There's no incorrect way, is it? There's no such thing as a stupid question, is there? But fundamentally, are we in support of Pride Schools Weeks in Norwich? Because we're here and it's on the website. That's all I'm here for.
If it helps children that are members of the LGBT community, then yes.
Yes, right. And how do we distinguish from a child with gender dysphoria and a child with body integrity identity disorder?
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Right. So I can help you. I can help explain to you what body integrity identity disorder is. Right. So say for instance, I said to you, I'm paraplegic. My legs are not supposed to work. I need my legs removed. Yeah? That's body integrity identity disorder. Yeah? So how do you distinguish that from a child saying, this doesn't belong on me, it needs to be chopped off? We're not talking about the legs this time, we're talking about genitalia anatomy, sexual reproduction organs. Where do we distinguish? Where is the distinguishing factor in that? How do we tell the difference between that?
I think we tell the difference over time and with support and with the right people in place.
What,
but
you mean hormone blockers and surgery?
I don't mean surgery necessarily straight away.
Is that support?
But
gender affirming care, do you think that's support?
I think people need to be support and embrace and
counselling. Counselling's what people need. They need someone to talk to, they do. They don't need adults telling them to take drugs, cross-sex hormones or drugs that are going to block your puberty.
I think that's the discussion for their parents.
What do I support?
Put that question back at you.
What do I support? I support things that I never see festivals or marches for. I support Christian values. I support a home with a family unit, a nuclear family unit. Yeah. I support just Christian values. I am a Christian. That's basically the long and short of it. I am a Christian, right? And I feel like I haven't got the right to tell people about Leviticus 18:22 because somebody might get the ump by it. But if someone gets the ump by it, where are my philosophical and religious beliefs enshrined in the Equality Act 2010? How comes they're now lower on the pedestal? They're now lower than someone else's rights. How does that make any sense? That's what I support. That's what I'm all about. Because you lot are bullying the rest of us, and you think it's all right in the name of inclusion and the rest of it, and you're not. You're just stigmatising everyone else.
What do you mean by use lots?
Normal people, normal Christians, hard-working families that are struggling, that are sending their children into schools to be indoctrinated into queer theory and queer ideology and gender nonsense that's got no place in the school. Okay. Fundamentally.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
No, that's logical common sense. That's the thing. That's where you lot have come unstuck. You lot think everyone are robots and they don't know what's going on. You're going to have a sorry awakening. You're going to have a sorry awakening. At what age should children learn about LGBTQ+ issues?
Well, I knew I was different from a very young age.
Right.
I was probably 3 or 4
so
when
was
I realised.
When I was different as well. I told you, when I knew from that age as well.
I was different and that I had my first crushes were on women.
Right.
And I knew from this height.
Right.
I didn't understand what that meant, and that took time as I developed and grew and got older.
Do all children learn and develop at the same speed? No. So would it be sensible then to put it out there blanketly in all schools as a syllabus, as a part of the syllabus, if not all people, not all children are developed at the same speed?
I think it's important for people to see LGBT role models, because if they are LGBT, they will grow to see that they're not a bad person.
I'm not talking about that. We're talking about in schools, education.
And in schools and education.
So what age do you think they should be educated about LGBT? Right, it's lesbian, gay and bisexual. Let's just do them. LGB, yeah? What are they?
What do you mean?
What is it? It's a descriptive word. What is the word? What are the words? They are, if you put them into a genre, what genre would you put them words into?
I don't know.
Sexuality. We'll put them in a box, we'll put them in the sexuality box.
Okay.
So I'm asking you, at what age do you think children should learn about sexuality?
I don't know. I'm not from the educational establishment, so I don't.
No,
even
but
know
you're
what they do
protesting.
to
You're
teach.
protesting for Pride in schools. You're here today in support of Pride in Schools weeks. That's the thing. It's on the website. I can direct you to it. So you're in advocation. You're advocating for Pride in schools by virtue of being here today. Do you understand that at least?
I haven't looked at the website.
So do you disbelieve what I'm telling you? You
I
think
don't
I've come all
disbelieve.
this way to do this for no
I am
reason?
not saying I disbelieve you.
Right,
I haven't looked at the website, so I can't. comment on
Hypothetically
what's on the website.
speaking, you understand though, don't you, that you're in support of Pride in Schools Week because you're here. You do get that because it's on the website.
I support Norwich Pride and I support all LGBTQ
And the campaign.
members.
And the campaign. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, have a nice day.
You too.
On the website,
Yeah.
it says there is a campaign, and in this campaign, it is to get Pride School Weeks.
Yeah.
Right. Lotus, driving Pride. Are you in support of Pride School Weeks?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Do you speak for the company?
I can't say anything.
Right.
can't say the wrong thing.
Right. No, you're all right.
It's hard, isn't it? Honestly, I do.
She's higher up than you are. Oh dear, she's getting the sack, mate. No, I'm joking. No, on a personal level.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can I ask you another question on a personal level before you get too involved in the response? At what age is it sensible and responsible to educate children about LGBTQ+ stuff?
I think from the moment when they start school and nursery, just,
Nursery?
Yeah, I think it should be part of life. I don't think it should be something that's anything different at all.
And there's a thing on the website, it says that about getting Pride in schools for a week, and I'm just trying to understand.
I haven't actually seen that myself.
Right. Do you support it if it was a real thing?
I do, yes.
Right, and at what age can I ask?
Excuse me, who are you with?
My name's Just Jim.
Yeah, who are you with?
Which
independent?
I am independent.
Yeah.
I'm Just Jim. Yeah.
Which organisation are you with?
There's no organisation when you're independent, is it?
Well, that's if you're actually independent.
That's if I'm actually independent. What does that mean? What do you suppose?
Well, independent media usually means far right media.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
What do you mean by far right?
I think you know what I mean.
No. It's not in the dictionary. You read it. It's not in there. Far right.
Is it not?
No.
No.
So what does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
It means you. So I can tell.
Amazing.
Don't be getting interviews off of people.
What's your name then?
You with PA?
Behave yourself. Behave yourself, you weirdo.